part of it is that a lot of the people who've been here a long time are pretty self-sufficient in a lot of ways. No one really starts self-sufficient because there's a huge learning curve, and a lot of our early employees just got thrown into a mix where we said, no one's doing this job. Someone's been half-assing a very small percentage of it. Go, run with it, do it well, and if you do it well enough, we'll notice, and if not, we'll notice. And they've really grown into a lot more responsibilities than were ever set forth for them on, whatever our job listing said. I mean, it's always funny when we go to craft our job listing because no one wants to see a list of 60 things that they're going to be doing, because then no one's going to apply for it. But the truth is, if we really listed out what most of our employees are doing, it's infinitesimally longer than
we always just add a bullet point at the bottom, like
more. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And that's our way of just underselling how much responsibility they'll have. And of course, it varies in degrees depending on who they are, how much experience they are, and stuff. I think it's a task just to keep ourselves, as Paul mentioned before, on focused and on task, especially as the company's grown and the amount of products and services that we've built grown. It's very easy to get excited about the new one. It's really easy to get excited about what we're working on right now, but our employees sometimes don't even know that they're keeping their eyes on something that's 9 months down the road, because we've already started talking about it at an executive level, already started making decisions about where the product's going. And even though they're getting feedback from end users today about something, or our publishers or developers today about something, we don't want to spend the time and energy because it doesn't align with that greater company vision in a longer period of time. And so we find ourselves every maybe 5, 6, 7 months kind of having these talks with the teams in the various offices about, refocusing. What have we been spending too much time on that we shouldn't? Where are we going to be spending our time in the future, and why, to help keep everyone in line about expectations and where they should be putting their energy. If I give you more than you can possibly do in a week, you have to make decisions about which of those things you're actually going to get done and which of those things you're going to table. And if you don't know what is for the greater good and what is in line with the company's goals, then you're definitely not going to make the right decision. You're going to guess, and you're going to be working hard, but people working hard in the wrong direction doesn't do as much as people working hard in the right direction. So, Paul can speak probably a little bit more to it since he's on the ground with a lot of our team in New York, and, spends a lot of his time making sure that all those future, current, and super future tenses kind of overlap and coagulate into a cohesive goal and vision for the future.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much to add. I think what you said is right. Like, everyone's hardworking, but you want to make sure that they're working towards something unified, And one of I think the trickiest parts about founding a company or leading a company is that you don't always know exactly. Mm-hmm. And if you're if you're too fixed on one thing and too sort of unflexible, then you might miss out on opportunities. Like, for instance, we built this web browser, right? But if we had been like totally focused on the publishing platform exclusively, then we never would have let that idea rise to the top, And so that sort of came out of maybe a period of ambiguity, and then we identified some new areas that were worth focusing on, and then we refocused on something else. And then, so it sort of goes in these like waves of like laser focus, then ambiguity, then you identify new things to focus on, focus again. And it's tricky because, it's sometimes can almost seem a little unsure. I saw a great quote this morning on Twitter. I'm going to paraphrase, but it was like, when you are unsure, then anything is possible.
Sometimes that can be the best medicine.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you're sure about everything, then it leaves no room for new ideas, So I think that's interesting. The only other thing I wanted to add to what Simon said about culture and what I like to think we've done here is created a culture where the culture is about working hard and doing good work, and less about ice cream, ponies, and we love ice cream as much as the next company, but like I think some companies that's what they identify their culture with, and we identify our culture with being proud of our work, and then we also have fun, and so I don't know, you'll see a startup job posting that's like marketing ninja, or whatever, but like we have titles on our team like computer scientist 2. And I think that just speaks to sort of we take our work really, really seriously, and we like to have fun, as opposed to, taking fun really seriously, and then sometimes we work, and that's not for everyone. Like, the ice cream people might be onto something, but I don't have, viable businesses down the road.